Welcome everybody to the HolloTalk podcast. This is Jetpack Nick, and I'm here with a very special guest today, my guy, the Kid Leak. Say what's up to the people.
What's good? Holla at me, everybody. When you're here, you know what's up. Holla at me.
How you doing today, man?
I'm chilling, man. It's a nice, beautiful Friday, I'm enjoying my day off.
Mm-hmm. I say it look like you enjoying your day off.
My day off, boy. You don't get too many when you start adulting. You don't get too many of these, so you gotta enjoy them.
No, that's a fact. Hey, enjoying it, you are. I see you.
Hey, turn up, man. Turn up, man.
Oh man. Let's just get right into it, man. So for the people who don't know who you are, can you let them know who you are, what you're about, and what you do?
All right, I am the Kid Leak. I'm coming straight out of Arborland, New Jersey. I make music. I'm an artist. I'm a creative. Shit, I got merch. I get a little funnies. You see some funnies going on. I like to categorize myself. I'm like the new Nick Cannon. You feel me?
The new Nick Cannon.
The new Nick Cannon, except if Nick Cannon had bars without all the kids. If Nick Cannon had bars and without all the kids, that's me.
That would be you.
You might catch me in a rap song. You might catch me hosting America's Got Talent. You never know. You never know.
No, I feel you. Listen, I was told early on that, don't box yourself into one creative outlet, be all that you could be in the creative space, so I respect it 110%.
That's when I started. Facts. Once somebody told me that, it was some little party we was at, and we just introduced ourselves. I was giving out my business cards, and I was like, I'm a rapper.
Right.
Then I got in the car with Shorty on the way home, and she was just like, yo, remember you said you was a rapper? Like, don't put yourself in that box. Tell them you're an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I had to write that one down.
That's a gem.
Right. That's a gem. That's a gem.
Look,
first 5 minutes I'm dropping on you. You are not just a rapper. You are an artist. You are a creative, You are an entertainer. You are all that one. You are a brand. So you just got to embrace that and understand that when when you're making moves, when you're doing shit, when you're outside operating, however you operate, just understand you represent yourself as a brand. So, just stay sucker free.
No, that's a fact. Speaking of brands, for the people who gonna see this, they can see the drip you got on. No pun intended.
This is the exclusive piece. Yeah, this is one of the drip. This is one of the drip collabs I did. For the most part, it started with just the logo. It really just logo. And then, the more people that inquired about it, the more people wanted different ideas. So I went from just getting the design done to actually designing the clothes.
Okay.
So I'm not just putting this logo in one spot and selling it to you. Like, I'm physically putting the drops on and shit. I'm physically putting the faucet, the color, the different tones on it, just so I could get a little, abstract colors and stuff like that. But
okay,
it's all personally done by me. So when I tell you that price point, I'm saying, just know that it's because I done stitched it I done did it myself. And I'm not busting heads. I'm not $100 a shirt. Like, you feel me? My shirt's $25 to $40.
Right.
Same amount you're gonna pay for your little weed that you're buying now. Your weed, your eighth gonna be done in 3 days. This shirt gonna be around for a lifetime. So pick and choose.
That's a fact. Let me ask this question. So you being in the fashion now, like how has that been for you, being that you're the one creating the clothes and designing the clothes and all that type of stuff? Like, what's that been like for you?
For the most part, it's cool when you meet new people. It's cool when you meet new people who do it, and you start I knew the terms, or I knew the concept, but I didn't know the terms. Okay. I knew some material was thicker than another material. That's why you'll touch one sweater will be like $50. You'll see another sweater for $500. You're like, right. What's the sweaters? It's not just the stitching or the logo that's on it. It's the material, it's thread count. So I've been learning about that. I've been learning about vinyl transfers, direct to garment, screen print, embroidery, embroidery machines. People start talking to me like, oh, you make clothes? They start dropping terms I don't even know. This file, SPG, da. I'm like, yo, I'm just a nigga with bars. Merch. I just got bars. I make merch because niggas like my clothes. So being as that I started talking to more fashion designers, they started putting me deep onto new things, new places to go, new ideas, new garments to select instead of just, shirts and hats. They're like, yo, you could do this. You could do joggers. You could do socks. Start plugging me in with stuff. So, and then
Right.
on top, find out I do music. It's like, oh, that's just another avenue where they'll fuck with me with.
No, that's a fact. Okay, so let me ask this. Let me ask this. So, being that you was talking to all these different people that design or all these creators, what would you say was the best piece of advice that they gave you when it came to how to go about designing your stuff?
When it came to designing it, well, shit. As far as advice, I mean, shit. I've been a hustler my whole life.
For sure.
Like I always would buy things, and then in my head I would be like, how do I not become a customer? I
Mm,
always needed becoming a customer. When you outside doing what you're doing, you are the supplier. So when you start becoming a customer, it's just not a good feeling. So I always tried to like stray away from like being the customer. So if I don't have to pay you to do something and I can do it myself, that's what we're gonna do.
okay.
If you're gonna tax me a certain amount of money to do something and I find out I can do it myself, or I can do it for a cheaper price, or I can learn how to do it, I'm gonna do it myself. And I wouldn't say that's the advice they gave me per se, but that's just what I've learned in talking to people. Like everybody's gonna have their plug or their outlet or their person that they go to. 9 times out of 10, they don't want to give it up for whatever reason. So you kind of got to figure it out on your own. But once
Mm-hmm.
once you figure out something that works for you, like you don't got to do what they do. I'm realizing, like I don't have to make socks. I don't have to make panties. I have to make clothes for your toddler. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah.
the Gap. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just, it's legit. It's the merch. You know what I'm saying? So I just target my audience. What do people like? What do I like? 9 times out of 10, I'm just putting the stuff together that I like. So the one piece of advice that I got from them was just like find your own source. And when you find something that works for you, like stick with that. Don't try to do 20 other things. Like you good at this, be the greatest at that, and you'll be okay.
Okay. So, what would your advice be to people who are trying to start their own merchandise companies or their own merchandise lines?
The one thing, my advice to, if people don't like you, you're not gonna sell nothing.
Okay.
If people don't like you, you're not gonna sell nothing. I don't care how much of a real nigga you is. I don't care about what you did in these streets. I don't care about how much you think people like you. If you're a shiesty person, if you're not a trustworthy person, people are not gonna buy your brand just because you. Like people are not going to buy your stuff just because you tell them to and because you think you're you. You gotta be a genuine person. You gotta be stand up. Like not before when I was selling shirts, my shirts used to peel. Like they used to peel because they wasn't stitched on all the way.
Mm-hmm.
I they would peel because I would wear the shirts and they would start peeling. I let people know some of these shirts might peel and they didn't care that it peeled. They wanted to support Malik. Some people are buying oversized shirts. Like, girl, damn well you don't wear an extra large. But she wants the extra large so she can go to sleep in it or whatever. She wants
Yeah.
she wants the blue extra large. Like, why would she want that? Because she fucks with me. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing, they're gonna buy whatever I'm selling because I'm me. I'm a hunt. I like, you feel me? I try to say that in the best way I can. Like I'm 100 and I remain 100. I'm the same on Sunday and Monday. From Sunday to Monday, I'm the same person.
That's
So
a fact.
I mean, and people fucks with that. So if you a good person, people gonna buy what you selling, regardless if the quality's A1 or if it's, not the best, they gonna buy it. And then you just start, depending on what you want to do or how serious you want to take your brand, you just gonna start elevating. You're gonna start getting better quality. You're gonna start having better materials, better ideas. Also, you have to work on that customer service. Like you're gonna have to work on your customer service, how you speak to people. You're gonna have to understand that, like, you are a business. You cannot be in your feelings when somebody says, "Oh, I don't like this," or "I want a refund," or "Why is it taking so long for my order?" You gotta understand
Mm-hmm.
you're a business. So, put your F and E's to the side. Put some logic behind what you're doing, and you should be okay. And be 100. Be a genuine person. Don't be no sleazeball. Don't be no shiesty nigga out here doing shiesty shit, expecting somebody to buy your little punk ass, meals or whatever you try and sell your little sandals and slippers. Like, no, nigga, you's a whole ass nigga. I'm not buying that shit. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Right.
Buying it. You gotta understand that. Niggas be confused. Like, damn, I got all this merch and da da da. I'm like, well, my nigga, you're not really trustworthy. You do
Mm-hmm.
sneaky shit. So that's why they're not fucking with you. Point blank,
Nah,
period.
yeah, that's a fact. Cause not for nothing, like one of the things that they would definitely tell you is people buy you. Like fuck buying your product, they buy who you are. So if
Right,
you not valid, if you not sturdy, if you not somebody that when I hear your name, be like, oh, I respect him or I respect her or whatever, then like you said, you're not gonna be successful in anything, let alone merchandise or clothes or whatever the case may be. Anything
right.
for that matter, you won't be successful in it if people don't believe in who you are as a person and believe that you are this good person or whatever the feeling that they need to feel from you is.
Facts. That's a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah, so for you specifically, like we could transition into the music portion now. So for the music, right? How does that ideology translate for you when it comes to who you cater your music to or how you market your music or how you portray your music?
Right. Uh, like I said, you want to be as straightforward and as genuine as possible. You also want to understand that this is entertainment
Mm-hmm.
and people want to hear things, but there's a fine line that you got to draw. And I feel like I stay right on that line to where you know what's up, like you know what's going on, but I'm not gonna hesitate to tell you, like, nigga, I went to school, like I went to college,
For
I
sure.
got my bachelor's degree. You feel me? I was raised by my mother. I had a single mom. Like we were in Piscataway. Arborland is like right in Piscataway.
Mm,
Piscataway meet. You know, I was in those areas. I'm right next to those areas. I'm right next to all of this stuff that y'all are seeing. It's just when y'all was doing that, I decided to do this first. You feel me? I decided to go do my schoolwork first. And then I'm coming outside with y'all. You feel
right.
me? All day. I'll probably catch y'all at 5 o'clock because I got to go home and handle my business. Just because that's what my mom was real big on. So,
Mm-hmm.
where people is like on punishment for their report, I'm sitting there like, damn, nigga, like, I ain't gonna say nothing, but like I made honor roll this semester. Like, you know, I would just
Nah, I
keep,
feel you.
but just know that I'm around those people. And the greatest part about me is when I'm with those people and they see what I do and they know what I do, like they push me to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Around people who do things that like, they just do.
Yeah, I understand.
And they like, yo, what you do? It's like, yo, I make music, but I gotta go to school. Like, I remember I'm kicking it with these niggas one time and I got like my Fridays outfit on. Like I got a
Mm,
job on Fridays. I got the tie on and all that. And they just, bro, what you doing? It's like, oh, I'm kicking it, but I gotta go to work at 4. They're like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Like, go to work. You feel me?
right, right.
One of those like, oh, stay with us and do this. It was always like, bro, go to school, go keep up with your music, go to work. You feel me? I already know what's up. But you feel me? Niggas gotta get money too. So I'm around because I know some money's being made, and you know what I mean? I'm pretty good with math, so I know how to do this, that, and the third. Like let's work. So and I was good with that too. So I just try to combine the two. I don't really try to glorify it like that, but I let you know like this is what needed to be done. But also while that was being done, like nigga, I was doing my schoolwork. So
Mm-hmm.
no, don't get it chopped. Like you could definitely do both. Definitely do both.
Okay. And you feel like being around like those kind of people that push you away from that kind of life and push you into the things that you was trying to get involved with, the music, school, and all those other positive things. You feel like that was a real benefit to you then and even now?
Yeah, it's a great benefit because I'm still doing it. Like a lot of the niggas is not here. A lot of
Right.
niggas are back. So when niggas go back, they out like, oh, you still doing it? Like, yeah, I'm still about it. Now they got advice on what to do. Before it was like, yo, just do your thing. Keep doing
Mm-hmm.
it. Now it's just like they giving input. Yo, you should put the drip right here. Yo, you should put this bar right here. Now I'm sending these niggas the songs before it comes out because that's really who I'm trying to impress.
Okay.
Really trying to impress my homies. Like I'm really trying to say some shit to where they be like, yeah, that shit is hard. That shit was tough. Or oh, I caught that line. If they fuck with it, you know what I'm saying? That's really what I was going for. My homies like it, shit, we good. I know it's hard because they harsh critics. They gonna tell you straight up, like, nah, nigga, this sucks.
That's a fact.
This shit is hard. Oh, I'm solidified. Like it's universally hard.
Mm-hmm.
Just having those people around, while also having like don't get it fucked up. Like I still got college friends too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I have friends who like support me as well. You know, I was just at my high school reunion, and people was coming up to me that I forgot I even went to school, and I was just like, "Yeah, what's up, Malik?" Nah, this ain't. One dude just said like, "Nah, this ain't Malik. This the kid Leak." I seen your videos, and I'm like,
Right.
"Damn, bro, we went to school together. I didn't even know you see my shit because I don't even know your name. You don't even say nothing." But he's like, "Nah, I know exactly who you are. I know exactly what you do." And you know, you just get motivation from them to keep going. You get
Mm-hmm.
homies to keep going. So like I cannot stop doing this. I gotta pursue this, and this is gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, with the support from everybody who support it, you know, who rock with it, who fucks with it. You know, all I'm really missing is the exposure at this point. You know,
Okay. So how do you go about managing those expectations? Like knowing that you had these people to push you to this point, right? And knowing that they didn't do it for no reason, not for you to quit or not for you to give up on your dreams. How do you go about managing those expectations along with the own expectations you have for yourself?
shit. I bet it's shit. That's a good ass question too. Um, well, before like, all right, boom. So I had lost my mom in 2020.
Condolences, bro.
I mean, yeah, I lost my mom December 12th, 2020. Before that, I did school and I got out of school. I was with my mom and I was doing the music thing, but I was still outside doing street shit too. But I had already graduated, you feel me, making shit, trying to make as much happen.
Right.
Happened in 2020, like my whole the world as I knew it, like this is a totally different world now.
Right.
It was just me and my mom. It wasn't me and nobody else. It was just me and her. So when that shit happened, it was like, all right, I'm really in this by myself. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is another stage of adult. Like I got bills to pay. I got life to live. Like I'm not one of these rappers that's gonna tell you, like, yeah, dog, I'm like, no, nigga, I pay rent. Like I still have to, you know what I'm saying? But I'm
Right.
doing this successfully. You dig what I'm saying? Like I'm doing this successfully. Month to month, my shit is paid for. My shit is sometimes
Mm-hmm.
2, 3 months in advance. I'm doing this, I'm doing this dolo. You dig what I'm saying? Like
For sure.
that's like my motivation to keep going. Like I know I gotta keep going because what? Like, I can't not keep going. If I don't move, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sink. It's drip or drown, bro. I say that shit
Yeah.
all. It's drip or drown, and I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice whether or not I want to keep doing it or I gotta stay. Nah, nigga, this is life now. This is what it is, and you know. So they'll tell me something, and I'll be like 2 steps ahead of it. You know what I mean? They'd be like, Leak, where's the music at? Where's the new this at? It's like, oh, my fault, bro. Huh? Turn the camera around. Here you go. You feel me? Here's the new hats. Here's the new merch. Or,
Yeah.
oh, here's the new music. Boom. I send you 6 songs. Here you go. These songs not mixed. These songs not mixed down yet, but they ready to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm 2 steps ahead of everything you gonna come at me about. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I just try to stay ahead of that. And they be telling me like I be using them as motivators. I done motivate a lot of people to like clothing line, motivate a lot of people to like get up off of whatever the fuck they was doing and just get to it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I take pride in that, but I really ain't got no choice, bro. Like I have to. I have to make this work.
No, I understand that, and like, just me thinking about like my own experience off of what you was just saying, like, there's a lot of people who I've encountered over like the last few years, of me doing what I've been doing as far as in the creative space. And from the conversations I've had with these people, whether it was on camera, off camera, or whatever, um, I really get the sense of these people really believing in the vision that I got for myself and seeing how it could come to fruition if I continue to do what I've been doing and stay genuine and throughout the whole process. So for me, along with the expectations I got for myself, which is extraordinary heights, like I see myself doing this at the highest of the high levels with the people at that upper echelon of whatever creative outlet I'm in at that moment. Like I got that on me, but like on my own. Not to mention the people that I talk to who are, people like real big people in their respective spaces as well. Like I can't not be successful with this. Like
Right.
I'm it's almost like is preset for me to do this, but I'm not naive to the fact that I still got to do the work in order for it to work, if that makes sense.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's a fact. So you right there too, bro. Like
Of
you get what
course.
I'm saying. Like it's one of those things. Like I'm willing. Nah, I'm gonna put the work in. I do this, and I love making music. Like I love to rap, and then I could just make music sometimes too. You know, put melodies and hooks behind it, real technical stuff behind it, and where it sounds good. Yeah, I love doing that, and I
For
do that.
sure.
I won't think I would stop doing that. Now, regardless if that transitions into, you know, the fashion or anything else, any different avenue, I'm willing to, you know, I'm willing to take that as well. But music is always going to be like the foundation of who I am and what I'm doing.
Absolutely. So let's really just dive into the music because for the people who listen to How Talk podcast, I know me personally, they know music is my shit. So for you, like when did you really get into music or when did you know that music was something that you wanted to do?
Music was something about, I've been rapping, right? Since I was like a kid,
Right.
like 13. But I remember it was like fourth grade. I probably was in fourth grade. Yeah, I was in the fourth grade, and we had like a little talent show or whatever, like a rap off, some shit like that. We were where we had to. There was like a mascot, like a new bear or something. Cool to be like our mascot or some.
Right.
Write a rap about the bear, his name, like what he did, and all types of shit. And I remember, I was like, "This is something I could do. This is
Hmm.
something I could do." I did that shit. I remember, I'm not even gonna lie, I wrote the rap, I memorized, I recited that rap. Like, we had a couple months to prepare. I think I wrote the rap, I recited the rap like every night to where I knew that shit verbatim. Like, and it wasn't no like 4 bars, ta-da.
Yeah.
It was a cool 24, maybe 30. It was a cool because I just kept boom. So then it was showtime. It was showtime, right? Talent, whatever. Had to perform it and shit. Like I'm in the fourth grade, but I'm in like a bigger school. I'm not like in a small school. So I have like
Right.
first and eighth graders. Like
Okay.
we're all in one school. You feel me? So I'm
Yeah,
competing
yeah.
with fourth graders. I'm competing with eighth graders. Like niggas about to go to high school and shit.
Right.
They got a whole step routine. These two girls, they got a step routine. My other dude named Julian, these niggas had like the beatbox and they was rapping. Like it was critical. It was
Hmm.
like because we was gonna win a trip to McDonald's, like the prize trip to McDonald's, and you could get whatever you wanted. So it was like, all right, we're gonna be in a group and we all gonna get whatever the fuck we want.
Right.
And so boom, then it was my turn. It was my. They said they sent me up there, and I remember I rapped. But my stage presence was like I was so young and just so scared. I like rap. I didn't rap at nobody. Like I kind of like rapped at the ground or
Right,
something.
right, right.
Like rap looking away from everybody. You feel me? But I just got up there and rapped it verbatim, word for word.
Hmm.
When I was done, and I was just like, all right. Looked up, and everybody was just like, the whole school, like, yo, but right, so it was like I think I came in like third place. I think I still lost to eighth graders, but
They,
that's
they they hated on you.
I was in the fourth grade. I think I still lost the competition, but this nigga went to McDonald's. They came back and they tapped on the door,
Yeah,
like so I separated. They tapped on the door and they was just like, "Yo, Leak, they bought me something anyway." Like the eighth graders was like, "Nah,
that's
that
what's
shit.
up.
We bought you some." I think I got like a cheeseburger, some shit like that. They bought me a
Okay.
cheeseburger. It was just like, all right. From that moment on, it was like, all right, nigga, you got this. Like
It's on. Yeah.
oh, you could do a little something and can't nobody tell you nothing. So I just been penning shit. But I always been like I never just come out and let niggas know I rap straight up.
Right.
Would always have to be like maybe a cipher. Or it's just like, all right, niggas rapping, like, all right, bet, da da da. And I come in out of nowhere and just give it to them. So ever since then, it was just like, all right, bet. Music. Just started penning shit, like songs. After that, it was like songs, penning shit. I've been doing this. Like, first time I went to the studio, I came with like 8 songs, bro. Like
Mm.
eight ready to go. I was
Damn.
like, bro, I was young. I was young. I came with like 8 songs ready to go. I did like 6. I did like some crazy shit. Then I did like 6 songs in like a 4-hour session. Cause I knew it. I knew the cook, the cadence. Hey,
Right.
nigga, plug this in. This how I go whoop de whoop. And then from that point on, I'm like, yeah, music is it. Music is it.
Okay. So I ain't gonna lie to you. So listening to you just tell me that story, it prompts me to ask you another question, right? So, and the reason I want to ask this question is because I have a story of my own to answer this question I'm about to ask you. So, for you, what would you say is your greatest moment of you rapping? Like, it could be from like a kid, like the story you just told me, or it could be something that just happened recently. What's the best moment for you rapping?
The best moment. Uh, shit. Damn, that's a good one. That's a good one. Cause I done did shows. I done did ciphers. I mean, a lot of performances, like I do really well. Like I do really
Okay.
well. It's, like my last performance, I opened up for like Pro Era, the rap dudes.
Okay. Yeah, shouts out to Pro Era, man.
But I opened up for them and shit. But I got on stage and I smoked shit. Like
For
niggas,
sure.
I was part of the headline, and I'm like, no, I'm just a regular nigga from Jersey. Shit's in New York. Nah, we just came from Jersey, deep as hell, just performing and shit, just bars. And
Right.
no, niggas really fuck with it. But damn, I mean, it might have to be that story. It might have to
Okay.
be the story I just told.
All
Like
right. All right.
the real, it was. Yo, it's like first you don't even know if you're good or not. It's like you don't know if you're good or you're not. So you just gotta go. It
No,
could
that's
have
a fact.
went left. It could have went left, but
But it
nah,
went right. That's all that
it
matters.
went right. And I'm like, yes,
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. So the reason I even asked that question is because when you was telling your story, I thought it was a story when I was in high school, right? So, like, I'm going to preface this comment by saying I'm not a rapper.
facts.
I'm just a nigga that know how to rap.
All right, I hear you.
So like in high school, like they know that I'm real musically inclined and whatnot, right? Like they know I'm the music guy in high school, but I don't rap though, so they don't know me as a rapper at this point.
Mm.
So I'm sitting there chilling. We had lunch or something like that. I'm like far away from what's going on, right? I'm on my phone or whatever at the time. And I'm chilling, like regular day shit. My homie come, he running fast and the motherfucker, he run up on me. He like, yo, we battling in the back, bro, in the stairway. I'm like, all right. He was like, no, no. I told niggas I'm coming to get the cake. I'm like, what you mean? I'm like, what you mean? I don't even rap, bro, for real. He was like,
Right.
no. He was like, no. He was like, no. You coming, bro? He was like, I had to come get the chant, bro. I'm like, all right, say less. So
Yes.
we walking through the hallways. I'm walking through that shit like Tyson coming out the tunnel, like I'm walking out that shit like, but don't nobody know like he coming to get me though.
Right,
So
right,
it's like a surprise when I walk out. I walk out in the stairway, so it's like two sides of the stairway, right? And then in the middle is like the floor, so you could walk up each joint or whatever.
right, right.
Both staircases in the middle is full of students. This shit is crazy,
All right,
right? So like I
all
said,
right,
I walked through that shit like I was Tyson, like coming out the rubble or something.
right.
When I hit that corner, everybody sees me. The whole crowd go crazy. Oh, yeah, so I'm like,
Going,
so
going down.
I'm like, all right. So then I see who in the middle. I'm like, all right, let's get to it. They have this video somewhere. I don't know who has this video or where this video is, but I know it
Right.
exists though because I seen it when we did it. So I don't remember what I said or something like that. I said like 2 bars. Everybody went crazy. I said 2 bars. A nigga took my hat off like my Yankee fitted. They threw the shit in the air. Somebody in the crowd caught that joint. Next thing I know is on my head. I'm like, bro. It was the crazy. It was the most amazing shit ever, bro. Like
That's what's up.
I need to find this video. Whoever got this video, please send it to me because that shit was legendary.
Right, that's a battle rap legend. That story right there, bro.
Nah, that shit was crazy, bro. It was so funny though, because it was so unexpected. I'm like, I'm just chilling, like
They
I'm
like,
cooling somewhere. My man, he haul ass, like, yo, come on, bro. I'm like, what you mean? I ain't even.
come get you the rap battle. You think it's something? It could be anything else. They could be
Yeah, I'm like, and then like I said, when I hit the corner, cause like I said, I don't know nothing. Like
yeah.
I don't know nothing. I hit the corner, it's
They
200 stories.
think
I'm like, what? Wait a minute, what's going on?
this is a coliseum at this point.
Yeah, that's essentially what it felt like. That's why I keep saying, like, I felt like Tyson walking through the tunnel, like.
Right, right. That's what's up, though. Yeah, hell yeah. That's tough. That's
Yeah,
tough.
whoever got that video, if y'all still got that shit, because this was some years ago. Whoever got that video, let me know, man. Send that shit my way, cause that was a legendary moment.
Damn, this shit sounds tough.
Yeah, man, I might have to recreate that one.
I'm saying you never know.
You ain't never had no stories like that where you had to like, cause I know you said you did ciphers and everything, so I mean it's not the same, but it's of a similar ilk. You know what I mean?
Right. Did I have a battle? I mean, like, okay, at the football game, I remember there was a battle at like the football game, but it was me and my man's. Like right now, we make music together.
Right, right.
Named Skizzy. Check him out.
Shout
But
out to me.
yeah, we had a rap battle at the high school, and it was a time where like you really didn't know who rap. A lot of niggas
Mm,
would say rap, but it's like niggas would be ass. So when we rapped, it was like I feel you. It was like a little, like a little circle of people.
yeah.
You rap, and for the most part, these is all raps that niggas have written, penned, and just going
I
up
ain't
the.
had nothing penned. I ain't have nothing written. This was just.
See, I was already aware that like, all right, I make songs. I already rap. I already penned a rap for this specific moment.
Mhm.
Like there is one of these altercations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that, there was another battle too. This is the first time I'm really talking about this like
Oh, all
ever.
right. Let's get to it.
There was another battle too in the all right. So after that battle, really didn't battle no more. Just like never really rapped against nobody. It was always rapping with like ciphers, like my
Mhm.
turn. Like, all right, that one. You feel me? My turn would be like, all right, I'm turning up. I don't give a
For
fuck who's
sure.
after. So this one was more so like this wasn't a battle, but this was more so like I'm rapping and then you're rapping. But I'm rapping and you're rapping towards me. You dig? So that's how the
Yeah.
situation went. So we was in the studio and I'm doing something else. And I never forget this. I was with two Johns. Baddies too. Two Johns. Remember. Regular night. And we was in the studio. And this my man Rod came. He brought Hottie
Mhm.
to the studio. And Hottie started rapping. I was like, nigga, I rap too. I started rapping. But
Yeah.
then raps became more so directed towards like rapping against me.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm rapping. I'm really just, you feel me? I'm spitting, but it's like, okay, this is the moment where I was like, all right, because I didn't feel I got the best of him in this moment.
Mhm.
I didn't feel like I usually feel it on my ciphers. You dig what I'm saying?
For
It
sure.
felt more attention was over there than this one. And that's when it clicked to be like, all right, I knew exactly how I knew exactly. Once that shit happened, I knew exactly how I had to start writing, how I had to start penning shit. So a win showed me one thing, but like a loss showed me way more.
For sure.
So when it comes to that, it was like all right, bet. I was 1-1. And then after that, it's just I'll be smoking shit now. I just crack. You feel me? Nah, I just be smoking shit now. So regardless of who's spitting, like I'm coming with some shit. Just know that. Just know that.
That's a fact. I hear you, man. I ain't never told that story to nobody or whatever, so I'm happy I was able to tell that story on camera.
Okay, listen. I'm not gonna be the one of them niggas that say, yeah, it's all been pleasant. Like, nah, bro. Nah,
It,
bro.
it
Shit,
it
shit
it
is been.
felt crazy. It felt like it was a million niggas in that steroid.
I'm good. See, you had a big crowd and you came out victorious. I'm happy that. had the big crowd, you know, it was definitely a victorious moment. You know, the thing about this battle was it was personal. It was only
Right.
like 4 people in the studio. It was only like 4 or 5 of us in the studio. And in that moment, I was the one who came with the Johns. In that moment, it did not matter. And I was like,
Right.
all right,
Shit.
you know, you feel me?
No,
Yeah, I
I
learned.
no,
I
no,
learned.
I feel you, and I'm gonna say this last part, and then we're gonna take a little break, right? But I ain't gonna hold you. Like doing it in front of all them people versus what you saying, I feel like it would have been easy. Like for me personally, it was easier for me to do it in front of all them people instead of doing
Mm-hmm.
it in like that intimate room or whatever. Because
Yeah,
like like it's hard to feed off of anything because you don't got the oh my god and all that. It's
right,
four niggas in a room, like there's only so much noise you could really make, or like so many joint. You know what I mean? So for
right.
me, it would have been easier probably to do it in that big crowd with all that energy. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got, yeah, exactly. You feeding off of shit like, you know, have so many different opinions. There's so many different, like, you feel me? Who get it, people who don't, people who just want to see the mannerisms, people who just want to see, like, people who just see if you fuck up. Like, you feel me? For the most
Yeah,
part, you ain't even have to be. I was like, did you fuck up the rap? Did you mess it up? Like, did you forget your words? You'll lose automatic for some shit like that. So
yeah.
came like, all right, nigga, nice.
No,
Yeah,
that's a fact.
that's nice. It's like any sport or something. You know, think you nice until you run up against some niggas that's nice.
No, that's
And
a
then,
fact. But look, though, we gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with more of the How Talk podcast with Jetpack Nick and the Kid League. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hollow Talk podcast with your man Jetpack Nick and my guy, the Kid League. You good?
yo,
You good?
yeah, yeah, we back.
Nah, yeah, man. So before we went on break, I was telling the people my legendary, battle rap story.
Facts, legend,
No,
the legend.
it was a cool experience though. Like, and like I said, I'm not a rapper for real. Like I said, I'm just somebody that know how to rap. So for me, that was like a crazy experience. Just being able to say that I did that, or like people even believe in me enough to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to get the check.
Right, right. I'm not forgetting.
You know what I'm saying? It was cool, and we were just talking a little bit on the record. I was telling you that like I just started trying my hand at like actually rapping on like on beats, on record and all that type of stuff. And my experience with that has been pretty dope so far. I only made about like, three, 4 tracks, but
Yeah.
they
Okay.
hot,
You getting there?
yeah, they hot
Getting
though.
there.
They
Yeah,
hot. But
but that's
but saying all that to say, I wanted to ask you this question, because like whenever you got the source, you always want to ask these questions so they can give you the proper, answers. So when you pen your work and you think about what you're gonna say, like where do you draw your inspiration from as far as how you put your words together or the style in which you put your words together?
um I like when I hear a beat, like you always wanna as soon as you hear a beat, like you kind of got a flow that you immediately think of. Like
Okay.
as soon as you hear right. So whatever flow that is, or whatever flow that may be, I'll try to go with that flow and then put some bars behind it. Like I always want to put bars behind what I'm, you feel me, what I'm saying. Even if it's some clever, witty something, metaphor, something. I want to put that within like the 4 bar sequence in the beginning. So once I do that, um, once I do that, it's a lot easier to like, get into the flow of things. Once you
Yeah,
got 4 bars, just build on top of that. Like, all right, now I got 8. So I feel like it helps me when I start seeing the lines. Because before you don't really know what to say. And then once it starts flowing, it's just going. And
for
then it's
sure.
just, sometimes you got to stop rhyming a certain word. It's just like, I rhyme this word 25 times. Like, let me
Hmm.
get another word go in there. So that's where, that's a lot of times where that happens. But yeah, some people like to freestyle. And sometimes I like to do that too. Sometimes I like to just get on the mic and like freestyle a little bit because I know I'm a fuck up. Like I'm not the best freestyler. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I'm not the best freestyler. I give you some, but I freestyle, fuck up. But then I'll like build up on flows, build up on cadences, build up on certain, words and phrases and metaphors that I use in the
Right.
freestyle. Go back and then I'll put the actual bars behind it and more words behind it. So sometimes that works out too.
Nah, yeah, cause like just me going through this process of like actually recording some shit for the first time, like I found it easy to freestyle like what I'm gonna say, and then expound
Yeah,
upon it like once I put it down on paper or put it in my notes or like however I write it. But it starts
right,
from a freestyle though, like whether I'm like listening to that specific beat that I'm rapping over, or if I'm just
right.
listening to some other like song or something like that, like I'll just start, like I'll just start rapping over the rapping of the other
Yeah,
song. And then I'll be like,
right,
oh, I'm saying some hot shit. Let me write this down real quick. And then I'll
right,
go through it
right,
and I'll flesh it out from there. And then it'll turn into an actual song. That's what I've been
right.
doing with the last couple of tracks that I've been writing so far. So,
That's,
I'm excited for the people to hear it on the new HolloTalk.
make sure that shit go, put that shit in rotation. You gotta put that shit out there because ain't no point in sitting on art. Ain't no point
That's
in
a
sitting
fact.
on your work. Ain't no point in sitting on it just for you or, you know, don't worry about anybody else's opinion. If you think it's hot, fuck that. Put that shit out. And then, you whatever. Like you gotta be your biggest fan. If you know the words to it, this is hot. This is hard. And I'm not just saying it because it's mine.
Right.
This is this is tough and shit. People gonna catch on.
No, that's a fact. Cause like when I be listening back to it, I'll be like, if one of my favorite rappers was to say what I wrote, I would be like, oh, this is crazy. Like this is like super crazy. So I'm like I know that shit. I know it's hard for sure.
I, the way I put this shit together, I know it. It took me a minute too. Like, yeah, but it's certain people I know who could like. It's certain people I know who like they not even that savvy with the pen. Like a lot of their raps, they're like kind of like Jay-Z style. A lot of like I know some niggas that are like hop in that booth and just all right, I like this song and just
Hmm.
whatever cadence they want to. I admire those niggas a lot because they have the ability to do that just on the spot with it. But sometimes a lot of those creators can't write. They can't really put the idea on paper and have it saved. So if you don't capture it in that moment, it's just that moment. So I always been big on like, yo, like you said, oh, that was hot. Whatever I just said, that was hot. Like, let me write that down. Let me put that somewhere because I could expound on that later on.
No, that's a fact. Cause one of the worst feelings is like saying something really, really hot and then you don't write it down and then you forget it completely. You be like, oh my God.
And like imagine doing that. I did that with like a hook. I did that with like a few hooks, like listening to a song. You had a
Yeah.
dope ass hook to it, and it was like, yeah, I'm not. This was like this hook is so hard. I'm remember in the morning, wake up in the morning, don't remember.
Don't remember nothing.
And what was this? I had so many beats that I had wrote some to. Woke up in the morning and was just like, nah, like had to scratch it, like, nah, this just don't go. This just don't go. Oh, I forgot it. And I'm like, I don't remember the cadence. Because when you write it down, you don't know how you're supposed to say it. A lot of times you don't know how you're
Exactly.
gonna flow. You gotta know when to pause, when to hesitate, when to slow it down. You know what I'm saying? You don't really see that when you're writing. So
No, that's a
I mean,
fact. That's why like for me when I hear people be like, yeah, I did that shit one take, this, that, and the third. I'm like, that's cool. But if you wanted to be like, real precise, real nice, real layered, I think you should take a couple of takes to, just try different things. Like not to say like the first take ain't a great one or whatever, but just to try some different stuff or like, insert a pause here or say a word a little differently here, just to, try some stuff. I definitely think you should take more than one take for sure when it comes to making music.
facts, facts, facts. Yeah, don't try to one take it, fellas or ladies. Anybody out there trying to make music, you don't have to one take it. Like there's so much breath control in that, you know. Practice that when you're trying to perform the song, you know. But you don't have to one take it. It's okay if you're punching in. It's okay if you're doing melodies. It's okay, you know. It's okay if you're like rapping it one way, doing it this way. Like it's okay if you're doing that. You know, just make sure that you got it down pat.
Nah, what's up, doggy? You know what I'm saying? The dog
Yo,
making an
and
appearance on the HolloTalk podcast.
this is Duchess, everybody. Hello, Duchess. Yes, you're here. Hey, hey.
No, so
Right.
so I want to ask this question too, and I don't know like how much you've like even thought about what I'm about to ask you, but we're about to find out.
Mm.
So from when you started the recording process of making your own music and the writing process and all that up to 2023, like how do you feel like
Mm.
you've grown as an artist?
Shit. How have I grown as an artist? I'm still growing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can be honest with you with that. There's a lot that goes on in my life that I have not talked about in music,
Okay.
or I have rarely like, found on in music. So I'm growing into a stage where like I could be more vulnerable on songs. You know, um, probably that. But as far as like how I've grown in the music, I've understood that just because you got bars and just because you said it is the way you say it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you said that, it's like, how fast did it take you to say it? Did you try to squeeze it into a little pocket? Did you break it down when you said it? Was it melodic when you said it? Was it memorable when you said it? You know, was there a drop when you said it? Like, so I've grown as an artist as a fact in that aspect to where like I critique myself way more to where it's just like, all right, it just doesn't sound good. Like, forget just sounding good. I like the way my voice sounds. I put a song out. It's like, no, if it don't sound good, if this don't sound right, this key is off, like we're not putting it out. We don't
Right,
gotta
right.
just put it out because we got it, you know? If it doesn't sound good, like don't put it out until it sounds good, until you feel comfortable with it playing in everybody's car,
Okay.
playing in everybody's radio and everybody's headphones. Like, don't put it out until you feel that way.
So
So
you being an artist, right? Like what like when you're in the artistic mindset when you're recording a song or you're in the process of writing, like what's the the main thing for you that you gotta get right? Like is it the way that you sound on the record? Is it the way the beat sounds? Is it the lyrics that you write? Like what's that thing that you focus on the most?
I'm definitely focusing on the bars. I'm definitely focusing on the lyrics. But depending on the beat that I hear, I might start off with the hook. There's certain
Okay.
beats that I might start melodic because I know I'm gonna ease my way into this. And I know if I give you a little 8-bar verse or like a 12-bar verse, and then I get back into the hook because that's the song structure or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. In those 12 bars right there's going to be some ups and some downs, but there's going to be a bar, there's going to be a punchline, there's going to be a lyric, there's going to be something that makes you be like, all right, the average person rapping couldn't have just come up with that line. Like, somebody who knows what they're doing had to come up with a line like that. And I always got to include at least one of those in the rap, in the flow, in the love song, in the freestyle, and you feel me?
For sure.
Yeah, and whatever, you got to have those lines. So I focus on, like, I guess, lyrics first, and then everything else just like coincides. But I'm getting back to the music though. Like, I just put out the EP Let Me Rap.
Yeah, you did.
And
Yeah, let's talk about that.
right, Let Me Rap. I just rapped over a whole bunch of old school beats. There's one song up early. Up early. Yeah. No, Macy's. Macy's. I'm sorry. It's called Macy's.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about womb. But it's called Macy's. That song is an original beat. It's not an old school beat. Because one of the beats I didn't get like clearance for or something like that, and
Okay.
try to put it out. But long story short. But yeah, I was just sitting in the crib. And I've grown up on those beats. Like, these are beats that everybody knows is fire. Or these
Mm-hmm.
old school beats that's just hear this beat all the time, whether it be like in a freestyle or somebody else's backdrop music, or like this song's just been hot forever. And then it's like, all right, I'm old enough and I'm well equipped enough with some studio equipment to like be able to take that beat now and put some words on it and rap over it instead of just like
Right.
playing around with it. So all them old school beats. I went in with the first one I started rapping to was Nas. I
Yeah,
was
you
listening to
you did a couple joints. Yeah, you did if I'm not mistaken, you did the Rockwaller beat.
Yeah,
You did
I,
you did the Milk Bone joint.
yeah, yeah,
Go ahead. I'm gonna
yeah.
let you go. My fault. My fault.
Look, you feel me? Yeah, you got it right. I did the Milkbone joint, and then I did Nas one time for your mom. I did your
Yeah.
mom joint. Uh, damn, I did the Far Side running joint.
That's a
So,
classic.
right. Come on now. You hear that beat? It's just like, all right, man. Like, how do you not want to just, put a little something to this?
That's
And
that
then,
Jay
I,
Dilla production, man.
yeah, come on now. Come on now. So that I mean, yeah, that came about just rapping for real, expounding on that, and then I kind of I want to keep putting music out. I want to be like putting music out, and I'm like a mixtape guy. Like I'm from that era to
Right.
where it's like we put out projects, but now with the streaming, it's like you got to do singles, single releases, and shit like that. So it's like it's a weird avenue you got to like figure out. So that's why I put out an EP. It was
Yeah.
like, all right, 5 songs. It's not gonna be too crazy. The first couple songs, it's like, all right, these beats. So you're not just gonna dip when you hear your favorite song and be
hmm
out. Give you 5 songs and shit, give you something quick. And yeah, I got videos coming up for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I dropped
yeah.
2 videos.
You just put out the duplex video, right?
Yeah, yeah, off the Milkbone joint. Yeah, I just put that video out. That's just going up. I'm about to, put some shit behind that too, how that shit go crazy.
Okay.
And then uh yeah, just focusing on, a lot more songs now. Like that's all it is. Like I do that a lot. Like, I'm real focused. I'm a real focus driven person. So when I start doing something, I start doing it. Like, and I do it a lot. So if I'm rapping, I'm start rapping a lot. If I start making songs, I'm making like 4, 5, 6, 7 songs
For
a
sure.
day. Putting out songs and then be like, damn, look, you got hella songs out. My homies be like, yo, so I want to hear some hard shit. And be like, all right, my fault, fellas, for making all these songs. Then I put out some hard shit and I'm just, you feel me? And then after a while, it'd be like, damn, all I do is hop on beats and start snapping. Like, where are the
hmm
where are the songs you can play you feel me?
Nah, for sure.
So you just gotta find balance with that. And yeah, that's probably one of the main things I'm working on now is just balancing that out. But we're gonna keep dropping music, we're gonna keep dropping videos, keep staying relevant, keep entertaining, keep doing, Instagram shit. I mean, TikTok, gotta be on there too, just, little funny videos and shit. And I don't even really be trying. I just be like saying whatever the fuck be on my mind. Nigga. So I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna post it over here then and post it there because y'all say so. So, you know, just staying on top of that for real, for real.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it.
Let me ask this question. So, like I said, you do your music, you do fashion, right? Do you see yourself expounding into any other creative outlets?
Hell yeah.
Like what?
Like I did a movie.
Did you?
Did a movie, like a little short.
Okay. Talk to me.
It's called A Trip. It's called A Trip. Like A space trip.
Right.
On YouTube. It's like a 12-minute movie. It's about like it's like an army vet. It's like an army guy, and there's another army person, and they're trying to get like, identities. It's like a clash of identities.
hmm
You think it's one different way, and you don't know until like, it's a crazy ending and all that. So you can't go watch that. But I was an extra in that, John, and you feel me? If you look at the angles, I played my part pretty well, and I seen that. I'm like, these movies, they might be the next thing I could work at. I could do something with. So
Nah, for sure. I ain't gonna hold you. So I've told people on the pod, so they probably tired of hearing me tell the story. But I had just did a movie not that long ago. A friend of mine, she had wrote and directed a short film, and she had hit me up and
Yeah.
was like, "Yo, you act?" And I'm like, "Yeah, a little bit," because I do theater. Like I did theater in college.
Okay, that's
So
fire.
I had said, yeah, like I come do it. This was my first time being in the film, but the crazy part was it was for the lead role. So
Oh
yeah,
shit.
yeah, it was crazy because I'm like, all right, yeah, I come do it, not knowing it was for the lead role. And she was like, yeah, the lead. Oh, and by the way, you got a kissing scene in it too. I'm like, this is
Oh
too
shit.
much, like from the rip, like this off the rip. So I
Yeah.
I come in and not really knowing what to expect. We had the table reading, and for me, like the table reads is like my favorite part of the whole process because you get to meet everybody, you get to kind of get a feel for what the script is, or how you want to convey your image in the film or the play or whatever the case is, and
Right.
be able to execute it once you go on set or on stage. So it was a real good table reading. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm good now, like I'm cool. So then when I went on
Right.
set for the first day, I ain't know it was gonna be in front of a live audience. Like it was like real people, like real people.
Huh.
Cause we had did it in like in like a diner restaurant type joint. But the people that
Yeah.
was in there was like real people that was eating at the diner restaurant joint. Like so when I seen it, I was like, oh my, like I was nervous at that point because I didn't know that coming in. And
That's
then it hit me.
crazy.
I was like, oh shit, I'm the lead. Everybody's like counting on me to like do my
Yeah.
job right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, once like, I got settled in and I kind of got a feel for the environment and, just what the lines was going to be, how I was going to deliver them and everything. I got
Mm-hmm.
cool. Like I was pretty cool after that. And I think it went pretty well. I had to be smooth on the in the film. They had me holler at a little shorty, so I had to
Okay.
be
Okay.
cool.
Fire. I feel you. Feel
Yeah,
you
but
in the
but
movie.
but it was a real cool experience, and it's definitely something that I see myself doing more. And saying all that to say, like for you too, like if that's something that you really enjoy, like I do think it's something that like people like us as creatives would definitely thrive in, especially with the personality that you have. You would definitely thrive in that.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Appreciate that, bro. I was thinking about doing that. That's definitely the next avenue. Just expounding on a lot. Just everything else is just expounding on that. For real.
No, most definitely, man. I mean, like we said early in the episode, you can't really box or you shouldn't box yourself in when it comes to who you are as a person, let alone as an artist. So you don't want to just have the attachment of rapper or the attachment of fashion designer on the like on the side of your name. You just want to be artist or creative or
Right.
whatever, title you decide you want to have next to your name. But not being able to box yourself in is very important because you kind of shortchange yourself when it comes to the value that you can bring to any room that you step in. When you got artists next to your name, you can do damn near anything. When you
Right.
got a rapper
Right.
next to your name, they only expect you to get on stage and rap.
That's when all the rapper drama and all the rapper beef and all the rapper extra shit come with, oh, I'm a rapper. It's like, oh man, you get stigmatized immediately. So when you say artist or you like you say creative, it gives a different, appeal to you. So
Nah, that's a fact.
definitely, yeah, I'm definitely working on all of that, bro. Everything is just about constant work, like daily work. This is something that for everybody out there, if this is something that you want to do, you got to work on it every day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Every day, do something. I don't care if it's something small. I don't care if it's a line. I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's a line. I don't care if you write one line down. Make sure it's a hot line.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you or whatever you're doing. Make sure it's something every day because before you know it, you're gonna look up and you're gonna realize how much progress you done made because every day you did something
That's
rather
a
than
fact.
everything all at one time, it's going to get overwhelming and you're going to tire yourself out. But if you just do compound, it's like the compound effect. You just work on something every day, you're going to look up before you know it, you're going to see all the progress you made. And, that's exactly what I've been working on. So I
Okay.
for real.
All right. So what's next for you, man?
What's next? All right, what's next? I'm thinking, I'm really thinking about after I drop this project, this Let Me Rap project, I'm gonna be dropping before my birthday. My birthday's in June.
Okay.
Definitely gonna be dropping before my birthday, maybe around April, March. Give like a throwaway. Give like a throwaway because I want to gear up to drop Don't Leak My Shit Volume 3.
Okay.
I'm in the process of doing that. Like that's the series. It's probably might be one of them. It might be the last one. Don't Leak My Shit. And then I move on to something else. But I'm preparing for Don't Leak My Shit. That usually comes out around October, September. So I'll give people something to do, something to listen to during the first quarter, second quarter. And then we got the merch still going. I
For
got a lot.
sure.
I just keep expounding on the merch. It's different in Atlanta though, because it's like the weather's different. So it's
Hmm.
not as cold out here. So people wearing sweaters all year. Like there's no jackets. A lot of the time, I'm not wearing any jackets. So I made a whole bunch of jackets. People don't really need jackets yet. I'm
Hmm.
waiting for it to get cold, low key, so I can start selling them. But they don't need it because it's fucking 65 degrees outside. So I'll be like, I feel it. So just working around that. Um, like I said, the music, the merch. You're gonna start seeing a lot more like videos.
Okay.
A lot more videos. You're just gonna start seeing me a lot more. Like that's all I can really say. You're gonna start seeing me a lot more. And if you're outside, you're gonna start seeing me a lot more outside too. Because, you know, stuff is getting situated. A lot of shit is getting like settled in to where, it's just a lot more stable. It's just a lot more stability. So you could definitely plan out when you're not dealing with a whole bunch of other things. You can actually sit down and start planning shit instead of having to worry about other shit.
For sure. And they're gonna see you on the HolloTalk podcast. I mean, of course, right?
That's in the streets, man. Let them know. Let them know.
You already know. All right, so look, I'm gonna ask you this last question. We gonna get into it though. I gotta ask all my music people this, especially because you're from up top. But what's your top five all time, man? Like I need to know. What's your top five
My,
all time?
my top five all time. My top five all time. See, this is a layered question. This is a layered.
All right, well, I mean, this is a layered podcast. Let's go.
You can say the top five, like you can say the top five, and then you can say my top five.
All right, okay, all right. Well, give me both then. What's the top five and what's your top five?
The top five, the top five. Okay. You got Biggie,
Okay.
you got Pop, you got Jay-Z, you gotta throw Nas in there. And if we're talking rapper, we're talking rapper. Rapper. You gotta throw Eminem in there.
Okay. All
You
right.
got it.
I'm not mad at it, but you know,
That fifth
I
one, that
I
one
you
is
know
up.
my five a little. I mean, I told you on record a little bit who was in my five. So
Right. I feel you. That's just the top five. If we talking accolades, influence, rap skills, records sold. You feel me? Like the top five. The Mount
for sure.
Rushmore of this shit, those people definitely have an argument to definitely be on the Mount Rushmore of this shit when it comes
Absolutely.
to it.
Shouts out to all them people.
Right. But my top five
Yeah,
personally,
that's what I really want to know. What's your top
that's
five?
that's like okay, my top five, I gotta include my guys in there. I got Max B, I
Okay,
got
shouts out to the Wave.
Jake. Yeah, I got Max B in there. I got J. Cole,
Shouts out to
and I
Cole.
got Styles P.
Shouts out to
Yeah,
Styles.
yeah, Styles P. Those three, it's all like automatically. My top five, like they're stamped. They're stamped. And then it's could, it starts being based on like influence. Cause I don't feel like my top five, but that's the person I like would definitely agree with, or rap skills might agree with the next person this person likes, but I
Yeah,
like this person. this reason. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So those three are definitely in there. Jada Kiss is in there.
Jada Kiss is
Jada,
also in my top five.
Jada Kiss is definitely in there. Jada Kiss is in there.
Shouts out to the Locks,
Mm.
period, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah, yeah. Damn.
And matter of fact,
Lat
let me just shout them out real quick. Come fuck with me, LOX. Like y'all gotta come fuck with the HolloTalk podcast. Jada Kiss, Style, Chic. Come fuck with your boy.